some good news and some bad news. The good news is I've got 2 new organs for you. The first organ I have for you is called a brain. It will allow you to create new things, solve problems, and have intelligent conversations with Eve. The other organ I have for you is called a penis. It will allow you to experience great pleasure and populate this planet with intelligent life forms. Well, Adam, becoming very excited, said, "Well, these are great gifts you've given me, Lord. What could possibly be the bad news?" And the Lord looked upon Adam with great sorrow and said, "You will never be able to use these 2 gifts at the same time." Good evening, everyone. I'm Professor Vernon, and I'd like to welcome you to our class on male sexuality. Now, the first place to start is that characteristic that differentiates us and highlights who we are as men, our male sex organ. And I'm not talking about the penis. We need to examine how men think. For it's the brain that plays the most dominant role in male sexuality. And many times, whether that sexuality will be able to exhibit itself in a relationship depends more on how the brain reacts than on any other physical attribute available. Now, comparisons with the female brain and behaviors will give us insights on how and why they act differently from women and give a clearer picture to the uniqueness of being male.
Dude, I can't understand these women. I mean, if you don't want to meet anybody, go home.
What, are you talking about me?
No, I'm talking about every woman in this place that came with another woman is going to leave that way. It's like they all come out to singles bars with the intent purpose of not meeting anyone.
I know, they probably say the same thing about us.
Dude, it's not that easy approaching women knowing that most of the time we're just going to get shot down. And they're such wise asses. You know how hard it was for me to go over to that woman and say, "Hey, haven't I seen you someplace before?" And then have her say back, "Yeah, that's why I don't go there anymore."
If she's a little nervous, that's good. And if she's stroking her glass or playing with some jewelry, and if you haven't noticed yet, that's a good time to check for the wedding ring.
Hey, I was with this woman once who kept playing with her watch. Yeah, that night went nowhere.
Well, women have a greater sense of hearing than men, and it is thought by many that that's probably why they're hearing more than what the man thinks he's saying. Now, men's brains are larger than women's brains, and in general, men are they excel at math, and while women tend to excel at things like language. Now, that's why a man can tell you the score of last year's Super Bowl game, but can't remember what he said an hour ago that started the argument. Well, now a woman, she can remind the man that the argument actually started 2 years ago and repeat back to me exactly what he said. Now, women consciously have more of a tendency to tune into ESP, while men are equally as satisfied tuning into ESPN.
Hi, honey.
Hi, honey. I've been waiting to talk to you all day.
Oh, yeah, I've been waiting to talk to you too. I just thought you were going to call later.
No.
So
Oh, I know, but I just couldn't wait that long. So, I got a glass of wine, and I'm laying on the bed, and I am just wanting you so bad.
Oh, yeah, I just got a glass of wine too, and I am laying in bed.
I have been thinking about this at work all day long.
Yeah, I've been thinking about having sex with you too, babe.
Imagining rubbing the top of your head.
Yeah, Well, dribble. I dribble with the beer.
Kiss your way down to my belly button.
Okay, all right. That's it. No. Past it. I'm going past it right now, baby. Scream! Scream with me, baby. Scream! Come on, baby. Come on, go with me now. Go. Oh, yeah. Oh, rebound! I'm rebounding, baby. I'm coming back with you, baby. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it, baby. Oh, yeah, I'm working. You get it in there. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm putting it in there,
test of what our fulfillment in life will become.
Come on, were we supposed to grow old chasing women? I mean, I was searching. You're still out there chasing.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm doing all right. I know what it's like to be tied down, and I'd rather be tied up.
Now, the trouble is that every man sees his own penis in a foreshortened view. You know, in most cases, the size that you see is much shorter than it really is, especially if you're really tall. If everything's cool down there, the testicles will produce sperm.
I'm sorry. That has never happened.
Erotic bonding usually demands a quick answer. Now, that's why it's always a good idea to prepare the brain and have a plan for when that quick answer is needed.
Oh, they're never gonna believe me. And John kept staring at her girlfriend's tits. Yeah, maybe now he'll believe me and compliment her shoes. Man, I just gotta take a piss and get out of here. Maybe I can still catch up with the guys at the bar. Yep, I'll just tell Joe, whatever her name is, that I have an early day tomorrow.
Maybe it's because the equation of our sexuality doesn't place enough emphasis on communication and understanding rather than the superficial attractions that bring us the hope of a satisfying relationship.
A man marries a woman and expects that she won't change, and she does. And a woman marries a man and expects him to change, and well, he doesn't. It's all part of their grand plan. It's their exit strategy. We should have them plan our wars.
Sexual functioning is such an important component of a man's self-esteem and healthy lifestyle that its diminishment in capability or even importance will likely affect every other view of his self-worth. Now, drugs like VIAGRA that prolong the physical act of sex, which means you might not reach your peak until the day you die. Well, now some think, oh, yeah, what a way to go, well, having sex. But, that might not be as pleasurable for your partner. Now, sometimes we become so preoccupied with how different we are from women that we tend to overlook how very different we are from each other.
Did you ever think maybe it was the gifts that you were buying him that was causing the relationships to go south?
Yeah, says the guy who buys plastic flowers. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, it is a lot more satisfying watching him lug a vacuum or a sewing machine than it is watching them walk out the door with a ring on their finger. Tell you what, from now on, I'm gonna start buying bulky furniture. I'm talking like a recliner. Dresser. Great. Watching them mess up their backs as they love that shit.
I'm glad that you're so optimistic about your future.
There are so many other demands on a relationship that are heightened when the most basic needs are not being met.
Do not spend that much money. If it's a nice place, I pay to get in. I have a couple of drinks and I spend maybe 20 singles on her game.
Singles. So someone's dancing for you, and she lets you put your fingers into her panties for $1. And that's for a nice place? Oh man, don't even tell me that at cheaper places you use change.
Can you imagine that? No. Us two old guys cashing in our pensions for a wad of singles for the strip club right after our prostate exam, too. do you think we'll still be able to get it up?
Well, for me, there will always be Viagra.
For me, there always is Viagra. I mean, with my lifestyle, I can't afford to take any chances. I gotta be up for the occasion. I just don't want to end up like my uncle. He is 90 years old. He just married this much younger chick. And it was just last month, and I said, hey, Uncle Petey, what's she like? And he said, well, she's nice, but she's not very attractive. And she doesn't have any money,